Wow. Kiroki. Wow, we have a lot of people here today. Saludos. Watch Addict. Saludos to Randy. Saludos to you guys. Watch Addict is here as well. Super. All right, guys. 30 West is here as well. Boy, we have a good turnout on this matinee, and you guys should, be somewhere else, but you're here with me, and I like that. That's wonderful. So let me get this ready. I think I have everything ready. All right, so I think I'm gonna start the show ready. Yeah. Thank you. Well, it's not quite white. It's like a real soft baby blue, baby blue. But yeah, it looks white. Yeah, you're right. It's unbelievable. It's like one of those, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the greatest watch market update show. You know that we start by always saying that this is the only public service watch announcement channel out there. And I truly mean that, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say that I'm your host, and they are calling me now the big boss, so if you want to call me the big boss, that's up to you. I'm getting a little bit used to the idea of being called the big boss, Saludos. 812, I think it's JIB. Saludos to you, my friend. So I want to just say, again, I'm getting used to the name, the big boss, and Sweet Kikino has been drafting some new logos, pictures to see if I approve them, because I also have a say in, the way I want things handled, right? Ladies and gentlemen, as I want to tell all of you that in the last couple of days, we had the most powerful thumbs up in this channel and forever. The first time in history, we reached 55 thumbs up in the live stream. 55, something that, it has never been done in this channel. So we're very proud. Saludos, Christopher, to you. Saludos, Christopher. So I want to just share that I was very happy and ecstatic to see 55, el número 55. 55 means in Spanish 55. So we're very happy. All right, guys? So don't forget to continue giving us a thumbs up. Don't continue, listen, I also want to say something else to you, because you guys need to know what's happening out there. In the platform that we are in, that we are all in, because this is your platform, it's called YouTube. And every time that you upload a video and you put it on to go live, whether it's just a video or a live stream, whatever it is, in the bottom of that video, it says there, hype video. Hype, hype the video. So I've never told you this, but, Sweet Kikino pointed it out to me. And, we must, whenever you see one of our videos, uploaded, whether you want to watch it or you already watched it already, it's a repeat, is a rerun, whatever it is, you give it a hype. That hype sends it out, to the Thunder Lightning TV antenna, and it goes all over the place, and everybody gets to see the video. So I ask you guys another favor, so you can continue protecting this channel from, from leaving the airs. Hype it, you press the button, hype. All of you, you hype it and hype it and hype it, all right? Enough of the nonsense. Wow, it's incredible that I don't have no words. Christopher, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much with that wonderful super chat. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, Christopher, thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to give Christopher and, everybody that gives a little chat here, a little thank you chat, give him a like, whoever it is, you give him a like. This is part of your team. This is your, this is your channel. All right, guys? From the bottom of my heart to all of you, thank you very much for everything that you do for this channel, okay? Gracias, Christopher. Gracias. Thank you. Damon, I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you are doing well. Most of all, I hope you're doing well health-wise, okay? Un abrazo y un cariño. Eres uno de los míos. You're one of mine. Anyway, guys, I want to start the show by telling all of you that I went to the Miami Beach Antique Show, and I've been going to that show probably since I'm in my very, very, very early. Super, Damon. Peace to you, my brother. Salud siempre. Mucha salud. Probably my late teens to my early 20s, I've been going to the original Miami Beach Antique Show. And I was there on Thursday. And it was the first day. And anything that's opening day, opening day for baseball, football, basketball, hockey, whatever the sport is, it's an unbelievable day because it's opening day, And that show was completely dead on Thursday. And I feel sad to say that because the Miami Beach Antique Show, at this moment, that thing was packed wall to wall, floor to ceiling. It was packed of people, back in the day, people buying all kind of different antiques, artwork, sofas, this, that, watches, diamonds, earrings, all that good stuff. And today, I also went to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I went to the show today. And I must tell all of you, and if anybody's hearing me, any of the directors from the Miami Beach Antique Show, I feel very, very saddened to see a show. Oh, let me explain to you something. The convention center was all the antique show from one corner to the corner. Today, it's a little bit less than half the show. They cut it in half. And it was totally, ladies and gentlemen, it was a ghost town. It was a ghost town in there. And the reason I went over there was because I went to pick up a dial, a dial for a watch. A dial, I don't know how to pronounce it, a dial, I went to pick up a dial and I just looked around and I told the person that was there, wow. He says, yeah, tell me about it, So just to let you know how things are, smart money, for real, smart money is staying away from luxury goods. You know what I'm saying? If you can't pay 20, 30, 40 cents to the dollar, stay away, papi. Stay away, No, exactly. There it is. Everybody at the show, you know what I'm trying to say, Randy. Thank you for those words, Smart money, staying away from luxury goods. And I know some of you don't want to hear it. Some of you don't want to believe it. Even live streamers that were there that I spoke to off camera, they said, listen, you know what they told me? And this is, no bullshit. This is square business. They told me, dude, you've been saying for quite some time these famous words. The watch market is dead. And I must say, and I'm going to tell you in your face, you're absolutely, the watch market is dead. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to mention here no names, who it was, none of that. They told me. And I'm not going to repeat them because they told me in a real, very serious way. So I must share it with you guys. Thank you. There you go. There you go. There you go. I don't want to say no more, Mr. Watch Addict. You take it from there. That's all. Okay? So we got that out of the way. And I want to tell all of you something. And I got to tell something else to you. There is in the United States of America, nearly 24 million American millionaires. You heard that right. In the United States of America, there is nearly 24 million American millionaires. That's what's happening out there. These are the Americans that are out there. There are 24 million and they're millionaires. Eso es lo que hay. You say, coño, but is that a lot? You do the calculation if that's a lot or not, 24 million Americans are millionaires. I also want to tell all of you out there who are involved in the stock market. If you are involved in the stock market, then you should hear this. You should hear what I'm going to say. I want you to know. You know it. Thank you, Mr. Donut, because they're smart. And smart money is staying away from luxury goods. Porque no son bobo, I want you to know something that you guys should know if you are involved in la bolsa de valor, the stock market. If you are involved in the stock market, you should know about this. In the last 48 hours, I repeat, $2 trillion was wiped out. $2 trillion was wiped out from the United States stock market this week. You understand me? $2 trillion was wiped out. Mira, wiped out. Like when the casino goes, that's it. No more credit line. No more credit line. No more pigs this Christmas. No more pigs this Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Wiped out. Boom. 2 trillion. Dead. 2 trillion. Not billion. 2. You know? You know that very well. Thank you, Mr. Randy, for, helping me out. Because I don't know too much how to run a show. And neither Sweet Kikino. We're two Meshuggahs, Me and Sweet Kikino somos dos Meshuggahs. Manishma, Yala, all that good stuff, We don't know too much. But we do know how to read. And we read that $2 trillion were wiped out from the United States stock market. You understand me? And that means that you guys should start already, analyzing that smart money is staying away from luxury goods. That's what I got to tell you. I mean, you do whatever you want. It's your money, and you spend it as you please. If you want to continue maintaining those flim-flammers who fleeced you out of your children's tuition money and out of your 401k, and now they're picking on your wife's 401k, that's your problem, That's your problem. I'm here to help you guys out, all right? I'm here to help you out so you understand how we're doing, Nearly 24 million Americans are millionaires in the United States. $2 trillion were wiped out of the United States stock market. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this one is going to break. This one is going to blow your hair back and knock your socks off. That's what I'm going to tell you now. I have to tell you this because this has all been planned. I gotta be careful with the words I use. This has all been planned. And it's all been awarded, un regalo, awarded, And here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to know that in the United States history, a sitting president in 250 years, this has been the award they gave up. This has been the award they gave up because you've been good. You've been a good listener. You've been a good obedient. I know. You know what I'm trying to say, Damon. Please help me out, Damon. Christopher, help me out. Randy, help me out. Mr. Donut, help me out. Thurston Howard III, help me out. Anybody. Nelson, help me out. Whoever it is, help me out. Control me, hold me back. No te meta aquí, no. No te meta. No te meta. No te meta aquí, no. No te meta. I got to slow down because, uno de los míos, one of mine, Damon, he slowed me down. Damon said, oh, wait, slow down. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 250 years in the history, let's salute them. Let's salute them, ladies and gentlemen. Let's salute them. Let's salute them. We got to salute them. Please salute them. Show the owl. Show the owl at the Bohemian Grove. This is where it was all awarded. It was all awarded in the Bohemian Grove. You don't understand about that. Only a few of you understand that. That was awarded in the Bohemian Grove, what I'm going to tell you. You being obedient, you know what I'm trying to say. No more pigs this Christmas. No more pigs. No more pigs. I'm on fire, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to tell you is going to knock your socks off and blow your hair back. 24 million Americans are millionaires. $2 trillion were lost in the last week in the stock market. And ladies and gentlemen, there has been never no sitting. I don't know how to call that guy, so we're going to call him Pennsylvania Avenue. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm trying to say, Christopher. No sitting president ever in the history has had their signature in a United States of America note bill. You know, I don't know if that's right. Note bill, currency, never in the history. You know, not the last name, the signature. You know what I mean? The signature. Thurston Howard III, help me out with whatever you can. Christopher, help me out. Por el amor de Dios. Damon, please. You told me to slow down. Help me out. So you can put some words up there so they can see what I'm trying to say. It was awarded because you've been obedient and you have followed the instructions. And you're giving us all. And the first dollar bill is going to be in the $100 bill. The first one is going to be in the $100 bill, ladies and gentlemen. Follow the money, papi. Follow the money. You don't know about this. I've been trying to tell you, papi, what's going on out there when it hits you. You know, they say that when that nuclear bomb hits somebody, it's so fast that you don't even see what happened. Te fuiste. That's how fast it's going to hit us all. Papi, this is for them, you know? It's for them. Let's salute them. Salute them. Salute them. Salute them, papi. Don't be afraid. No sitting governor, you know, I'm going to say governor, right? Pennsylvania Avenue, never. There's never been a Pennsylvania Avenue to have their signature on a bill note. You know? Never, never. He will be the first to, you know, to have his signature on a USA currency. Papi, it's been awarded already, man. It's been talked about. You're going to do this, and that's it. I don't care what team you belong to. If it's red or blue, para mí es la misma mierda con diferente peste. That's all. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, like Hakeem. Remember Hakeem from Coming to America? Remember Hakeem coming to America that went to Queens? You know, this is crazy. This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this is incredible. And ladies and gentlemen, you really want to bug out? You know what I'm trying to say, Thurston Howard III. You understand. You understand what I'm trying to say. But ladies and gentlemen, they will remove para que tú veas que son satánico, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know, like the guy from, you know, the guy from BlackRock, you know? That guy from BlackRock that he's telling all of you out there, they have millions and millions of dollars, you know, with them, you know, millions. You know what they tell them? You can pull out five. You know what 5 means? 5%. That's it. 5%. You're stuck with me. Listen to this. You're stuck. I'm only saying allegedly. Everything I'm saying is allegedly. You please help me out. Randy, help me out. Thurston, help me out. Christopher, Mr. Donut. Everybody help me out. 5%. 5%. You're tied up with me for 7 years. You know, you're tied up with me for 7 years. Yeah. Understand? Okay, enough of that. But ladies and gentlemen, the crazy thing here is that the U.S. currency bill, the note, it has there the United States Treasurer signature. Let me tell you, it's being wiped out. The United States Treasury, whatever you want to call it, signature, para carajo, pa fuera, is gone. So you were thinking, why is one saying 24 million Americans are millionaires and $2 trillion were wiped out of the stock market this week that just passed? And now I'm telling you, you know what I'm trying to say, papi. You tell them, Thurston, please help me out. Help me out. You know? So, ladies and gentlemen, that guy was obedient and he followed the instructions to the T. And ladies and gentlemen, he is saying, and I quote, I'm not saying that. I only say what I read. And maybe even though that I'm reading, I still might get a TV tower lightning and knock out the show. But I'm going to tell you anyway, he is saying already that he won the war. I don't know. Did we win the war? Can anybody tell me if we did win the war? That's what I want to know. Can somebody tell me if we did win the war against those people over there on the other side? You tell me yes or no, because I read that he already saying that the war is already won. We won it already. So I just want to leave you con esa anécdota. I want to leave you with that, with that, right? No, we didn't win jack shit. Thurston, salud, papi, salud. The king, the king, the king, ladies and gentlemen, the king. And good and silver, okay? Listen, I want to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We all have good friends in our life. And most of the times when we have good friends, the king, in the middle, right there, the king. And most of the time when we have good friends, we believe in a lot of what they tell us, a lot of what they tell us, because they're good friends of ours. I don't know if you guys ever been in a position where one of your friends call you up and they say, yo, Thurston, what's going on? Hey, Christopher, what's happening? I got something to tell you that you're not going to believe this. I don't know if none of you, this is like a story that I'm going to tell you. It's a real story. I don't know if any of you have ever got a phone call from a friend of yours and they tell you, I'm going to use watches because so you can understand what I'm trying to say. And they tell you, hey, Thurston, I'm calling you because I have this, this situation and this opportunity. And then you reply back, what's going on, my friend? He says, I got this situation going on that they are offering me a Rolex Rainbow, a Rolex Rainbow. But I must tell you that this Rolex Rainbow is not kosher. They tell you that. Not, what kosher means, right? Not kosher. Está caliente. It's hot. And this is a watch that we know that this watch in the secondary gray watch market. I'm just using this as an example. And this story is all allegedly, but I need you guys to hear me. And they tell you that he tells you that he has this watch. And this is let's say this is a half a melon. This is a half a melon watch. Half a melon, right? And then, Christopher tells Thurston, and Thurston, you're not going to believe what they're telling me they need for this watch. And they trust in me and they believe in me. And Thurston says, how much are they off? How much are they asking you for the watch? And you say something like $100,000. That's like money in the bank. Like what? This is a watch that costs half a melon and they're offering it to you for, let's say 80,000, okay? I'm gonna say 80. Let's break the 100,000, $80,000. And and Thursday go, oh my God, that's incredible. That's incredible, right? So I would say too good to be true, correct. Don't fall for it. Too good to be true, right? So the person, the good friend, Thurston is hearing Christopher and he's saying, so what's the matter? And then Christopher says, I'm a little bit low on money, says, don't worry about it. We can partner it together. Now Thurston says, we can partner it. And, So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you something today so you understand where are we heading into. We're heading into some very, even friends are becoming, not so nice, not so nice. I want to show you something here because I spoke to you about this the other day. I'm going to show you a watch, this rose gold, real 18 karat gold. I'm going to show you a watch that's fully iced out. That, let me tell you something. The watch, when you look at it, you can tell when a watch that has been iced out has been done by a basement jeweler. you know, in the basement, all the way in the bottom with a hammer and a, you know, tap, tap, tap. You know, this is done. This was done with a CNC machine to perfection. Try to understand me, perfection, you know, to perfection. So all the diamonds, you know, no, Bobby, this is not the Bronx 47th Street. No. This is done in a different level. So they show me this over here. I'm lying to you. They didn't show me. I saw it. I saw it. But I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you this. Open your eyes real wide. Open your eyes. Let's do it again. Hey, what's going on? Papi, do you know how much that model costs? That model costs lots of hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And this watch is totally, I'm telling you, totally iced out to the yingis. Real diamonds, real 18 karat rose gold, the buckle, everything. And I know someone that took this watch in, that it was a real watch. The casing was real, that the buckle was real, the rubber was real, and most of all, the only thing that was real on that watch was that back there, the movement. The movement, ladies and gentlemen. The movement. And somebody, there was an emergency, gave for that watch $80,000. And the watch was a total fake watch. Not fake of real gold, not fake of real diamonds. It had everything. It had everything. Everything is gold, everything is diamond. And the guy did that same sketch. You know, he called Thurston, you know, they're giving me this opportunity. I need the money. You know what I'm saying? I need the money, blah, 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 blah. The person got the money, and the person that gave him the money is somebody that he knows. What I'm trying to tell all of you out there is you need to be very careful right now at this moment with all the watches. But right now there's a big, I'm telling you, if you look into it, if you Google search, if you go into any, if you go, Papa, this is, I'm telling you, this is what they're doing with this. You look, when you loop it and you look, the first thing is you look at the separations of each diamond hole, you know, with a CNC. Papi, is, you know, when you do it in a basement diamond place, you know, watchmaker, you can see all the, you know, imperfections of a chop, you know, but not on this. This looks like this is fully factory, you know. So anybody that looks at it is gonna go, this is, you know, this is what it is, but it's not. This is not a replica clone. This is, esto es para joderte. Esto es para descojonarte. You know, they tell you, look, man, somebody stole it. To be honest, they stole it, you know, and I don't know what to do with it. This is a $330,000 time machine. I don't know what to do with it. You know, I don't have the money, but, you know, we can take this watch, you know. They give you the whole sketch, you know. They do it desperate, sweating and everything. And you're looking at them and you go, well, what do you mean? I don't know what to do. They're offering me this watch. This is a $330,000 watch. It's a con. They're doing you a con. They're doing you a sting. They're doing you a sketch. You know what I'm saying? You understand me? So they're using this watch in particular, this watch brand. You know, I don't want to use the word. You guys use the word for me. To sting people out there. To sting people out there. Listen to me. The same. Because when they tell you this is a NTPT material, TPT material, bamboozle, STD, STP, papi, they are doing the same materials. You know, this is ceramic. This is carbon fiber, right? Calvin, you know, carbon. I don't know how to say that word. You help me out with the word. Come on, help me out with the word. You know, that one. You know, that watch brand you just put there, 30 West. So you gotta be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Le están rompiendo las nalgas a las personas que uno conoce. You even know them, you're tricking them. You're tricking them. You know, indirectly or directly, you are tricking them. So the person that has the cash flow says, don't worry about it, I'll front it for you because you're telling me it's for real. Oh, it's for real. So it's 1,000% for real. Let's say it's 100% for real. You know? Papi, it's as good as the real thing. I'm going to show you something here. Man, you know, this, and I mean this live stream that I'm doing today, I will not rerun it and I will not upload it. If you get to see it today, you saw it, and I might even, you know, get it out of the air. But when I show you this, you're going to go, wow. Papi, this is the same thing, This, I'm going to tell you what this is. Does anybody know what watch model that is? That's a Johann Blake. That Johann Blake, at one moment, this thing was, I'm gonna be kind, man. I'm gonna be kind. $600,000. $600,000. A gentleman here is right now is telling me creative experiments. I don't know who said that. Somebody said there, you can tell it's fake. Oh, papi, no, papi. You've seen a video, man. You got to see it in your hand. You go, what the hell, man? What the hell? This is unbelievable. Listen to me. They'll show you one that's the real one, and they'll show you one that is the Fugazi, and you can't tell. You can't tell. Papi, listen, man. When they're working in cahoots, I'm not gonna say that this is the ending of that watch brand, but when you start having a lot of people, they're doing, you know, yes, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. When you have a lot of artists, like one of the most paintings that they do over and over again, let's say is a Picasso, right? A Picasso. You know, they're the ones that are mostly, you know, fake out there, fake. A lot of Picasso's fake. At this moment, this watch brand has become like the favorite of the let's sell a Fugazi. Let's make a Fugazi here because this is what people want, you know? No, listen to me. And it's every single, if you do have contacts with watch secondary dealers, you ask them, they're gonna tell you, listen, you gotta be careful with that, man. You gotta be careful. You say, well, what do you mean? Listen, if you want that watch with documentation, they'll give you documentation too. Documentation. So I'm just telling you this because you guys need to know this. Whether you like Richard Mille or you don't like Richard Mille, it's the most watch at this moment that's being after Rolex. First is Rolex, and now the one that took over is Richard Mille. They're making them that is crazy. So you got to be very, very, very careful, guys. Be very, very careful. Somebody's writing something very good here by the name of Watch Addict. Look what he wrote down. Because I can't say that. But he could. I can't say it. AP2, but man, I'm telling you, when you're doing Richard Mille watches on the same, you know, materials that they use, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're using the same materials that they're using. Who is doing this? I honestly believe that the ones, there's a few countries involved in this, and I gotta say that the ones that can really perfect it that way to the T, Eh, be careful, guys. If you're looking into Richard Mille watches, and don't forget to look at eh, what Watch Addict wrote down for you guys. All right, just be careful out there because a lot of people are getting burned, and they're getting burned. And that was the talk in the Miami downtown watch show, and that was the talk in the Miami Beach antique show. That if you ask me now, watch this now, gentlemen, because I'm gonna make it simple for you. The only watch brands that they were in the show, in their showcases, were Patek Philippe's, Audemars Piguet, and Rolex. That's it. Number one was Rolex, 75%. Rolex was number one, 75% by a long shot. And then it trickled down to the Audemars and to the Pateks. Now ask me, did you see a Richard Mille there? Bobby, there's nobody there. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, chat. Thank you very much, Toll. Thank you, Toll. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Let me give him a sweet heart right here. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand to these people that are cooperating with your channel. These people are cooperating with your channel, so let's give them a hand too. Give them a like, please. Thank you very much, Seagold. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart as well. All of you, thank you so much. I'm going to give this gentleman also a sweetheart as well. Thank you very much to all of you. Please give these, subscribers some kind of love, muchas gracias. Un abrazo a todo. Sigo, Throw, Christopher, all of you. This is all of you. Thank you very much. I'm saying this because not one single Richard Mille was in downtown, and not one Richard Mille was in the Miami Beach antique show. There was nobody there, Bobby. There was nobody there with a Richard Mille. You know why? Because they're smart. They're staying away from that, Bobby. Bobby, they'll tell you in your face. I advise you to go to other channels and look into it. Coño. This guy said it, but he didn't have the same balls of steel that Juan said. Juan just said it and that's it. Papi, they're giving it to you with everything. Full set, everything. So you don't even know no more. We don't even know. We don't even know. So who's doing this? Who is doing this? Who is doing this? Who's out there picking up the rotor? Who's out there picking up the little, I don't know, the spring, the little screw? Who's picking up the material? Because one thing is to do, a replica from over there from Qingjing, and the other thing is to do a replica with the same. You see, you guys are not hearing me. With the same, how do you call that, Mr. Donut? The same materials they use, rocket ship materials, carbon, STD, TPT, NTPT. I don't know what that means. Where are you getting this from? And you go, what's going on? I'm not saying everything I'm saying here is allegedly, Papi. Everything I'm saying is allegedly. I'm not saying none of this is true. I'm just saying what's going on, man. Tesla material. Where's this coming from? Exactly. There it is again. Watch Addict. Read what Watch Addict put again. So when you're there and you're having coffee and you're sitting down and you're hearing people, this has to be from somewhere else. Because it's not. You might say, Papi, the movement is the real thing. The movement is the real thing. So somebody is supplying this. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from for real? And you guys should know this. There's a lot of people, and let me tell you, everybody is staying away. You heard it from me. Everybody is staying away from Richard Mille watches. How you gonna tell me that a Johann Blake Richard Mille watch costs $190,000, costs $180,000. And then they're telling you in your face, yeah, it's so what? It's the real thing. It's the real thing. Did you hear that? So what? It's the real thing. I don't wanna continue with this subject because it's gonna create a lot of confusion to you people. So, but I wanted to tell you so you can tell your friend, and your friend will tell his friend, and his friend will tell the other friend, and so on and so on and so on, because people out there are getting this, you know. And I told the person that told me, he says, go ahead, be my guest and let them know. Be my guest and let them know. So I'm letting you guys know. I hope this it opens up your horizons, and you got to stop thinking that no, I saw a picture, it looks, no, but you got to see it in your hand. You got to see it in your hand, you got to see it in your hand, and when you see it, you understand that, oh, this is crazy. Same dimensions, same size, it open up your sinuses, man. It would open up your sinuses. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to show you something, Yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. Well said, Thurston. Don't play, if they tell you, 100 and, for Johan Blake, what? What are you talking about, But the funny thing is, I got to say it again, that they're telling you in your face, they're telling you, I heard. That's what it is. That's exactly it, Christopher. You heard it from me. That's exactly how it is. I'm going to tell you the two things that they're putting in that watch that is what makes you here in the back stand up. If you were smart, you'll read what Christopher wrote down. Here it goes. Two things. The movement, and ready? The dial. The dial. Do you know that the most important thing a watch can have is the dial? Without the dial, the watch is worthless. And you might say, but the dial only costs $50. You're right. But without that dial, it's worthless. Coño, Thurston, gracias, papá. Eres uno de los míos. It's scary, right? I bet you nobody ever told you that. What do you mean? The most important thing a watch has is the dial. If that dial, it doesn't belong in that, not reference, serial number, no sirve. No sirve. I know you guys don't want to hear about this because you guys want to continue hearing about, straps, ceramic bezels, wishy-washy stuff. I give you the real thing, Bobby, for free. I give you the real thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you in honor. You know what this is? This is a Seiko. It's unbelievable. The beautiful blue dial. Unbelievable, this blue dial, Unbelievable. And they call this the Pepsi, with a tortoise, casing, like una tortuga, like a tortuga, Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I'm honoring, because I they're saying that the Rolex GMT Pepsi is gonna get discontinued. So I'm showing this one. It's unbelievable, this watch. These watches, man. You look at them. The way they made these Rolex, and it looks like a sardine can. The material on these watches, unbelievable. It's like a sardine can. So this one is in honor of the Rolex GMT Pepsi, and I'm gonna show you another one now, guys. It's gonna blow your hair back and knock your socks off. The turtle. There's a turtle casing. Listen to this one, ladies and gentlemen. You're not gonna believe it. Let me take it off. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put the Pepsi on because I wanna give you people a little bit of. There it is. Unbelievable. But ladies and gentlemen, in honor of that Rolex GMT Pepsi with a Jubilee bracelet, and they're saying that this one is gonna come in now. Ready for this one? You know what that is? That is a Coke, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Coke, but it's made by not only then the Coke, ladies and gentlemen. Coca-Cola, the Coke. It's unbelievable. You know, the Coke. Listen to this, man. You know, Pepsi, Coke. Which one do you prefer, ladies and gentlemen? You know, the drink, not the watches. Who do you prefer better? The Coca-Cola or the Pepsi? Well, I'm going to tell you right away. I prefer the Coke all day, every day. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. You know, when I drink a Coke, and right or wrong, I bet, you know that? It's unbelievable. So you got the Coke here, and you got the Pepsi. You know, blue dial, black dial. There it is. So I'm honoring those two watch brands that one might be getting discontinued and one might be coming back. All right? Might be coming back, which is the Coke. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Coke. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell all of you something else too. I wanna tell you this because you know you need to know what's happening out there in the watch industry. You know, I also got some information. I'm not really too sure of it, but you know, like I'm pretty sure like something is really gonna happen with Patek, you know, Patek Philippe. But with this one, I don't know. And we're talking about the Rolex. We're talking about the Rolex GMT. We're talking about the Rolex GMT. We're talking about now, they're talking about a dark night. You know, a dark night GMT 41 millimeter, you know, with a, you know, it's a dark night, the GMT, you know, oyster bracelet. They're talking about that. And they, you know, you got these channels out there, these platforms that, you know, they make all these pictures up and all that good stuff. But, you know, they're saying that this one might come out. A 41 millimeter, they call it the GMT, the Dark Knight, you know, like a Batman, something to that. But this one has a blue and black ceramic bezel, and it has a very, very mysterious dark blue dial. It's a 41 millimeter. Yes, it is a 41. This I am gonna say something. I am gonna say something, and I might put my foot in my mouth on this one, but I'm gonna say yes. I think all those watches now they're gonna come out now new. They're all gonna be 41. You know, like the GMTs, like the Submariner went to 41. I think these GMTs are gonna go to a 41 millimeter. Just to let you know. And if I'm wrong, I don't care. But I am putting, you know, I'm putting that down. You know, so just to let you know what's going on. You can also see I did a little video, a little short video on that watch. And, you know, you look at it and, you know, it has some kind of potential somewhere. So let's see what happens, all right? I'm going to also give you guys a watch market update so you know where you guys are standing with prices, okay? I'm going to start off with the Audemars Piguet. Audemars Piguet watches. This is a gentleman, they asked me about these watch models. So we have like, I don't know, six or seven of APs. So if you want to relax and, you know, light up a stogie and you want to hear some prices, these are very, very heavy hitter watches. I'm trying now to, you know, bring you so prices, but these are like, you know, these are up there. So maybe they might bore you, but I'm going to try to help this gentleman with these watches. Ladies and gentlemen, our first watch that I'm going to talk to you about is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. I need you guys to, you know, to get involved in pricing so I can see where you guys are at, you know. I'm going to give you the price, but I want to see where you guys are at. It's the AP Royal Oak Frosted White Gold. Listen to this watch. This is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. They can't sell this watch if their life depended on, you know, they can't, you know. Listen to this watch. AP Royal Oak Frosted White Gold with a gray dial, you know, gray dial. Listen up. 200 pieces around the globe. 200 pieces. 200 pieces. Reference number 26239 BC. 26239 BC. And here goes the price, ladies and gentlemen. The retail price of this watch is $84,700. $84,700. And I'm gonna tell all of you, Seagull, are you saying $95,000 is the price, the retail price, or what's they're selling it in the secondary gray watch market? What price are you telling me there? You're saying so you're saying that's the secondary gray watch market price, the $95,000. Mr. Donor is saying 87. The second, okay, okay. I told you I'm going to give you the price. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that 26239 BC, 41 millimeter with a gray dial. Beautiful watch. Chrono, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Here it goes. 200 pieces. 200 pieces. If it's 222 pieces. Kino wrote this for me. Here it goes. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean don't pay for that watch more than $106,000 and okay, that's one right there for you. Dropping. You be careful out there. I'm not telling you to pay the 106. I'm telling you what, if you are gonna buy, that's the number you gotta work with. Nobody's buying those watches. Nobody's buying them. Nobody is buying those watches. Believe me that nobody's buying those watches. What they're buying today is this only. $104. See that? He sold it for $104. That's it. You can say whatever you want. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. You guys are better than me. You got better prices than me. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Our next watch is an AP Royal Oak black ceramic. Papi, this is fully black ceramic. Black frosted. Wow. You know what, Christopher? It surprises me that you're telling me, wow, that's bomb. But let me tell you something. In that year, 2022, people were giving a left testicle for one of those frosted watches. Rose gold frosted, white gold frosted, yellow gold frosted. And today, people are vomiting on the frosted. My respect to you, Christopher. It's true, you know? Es una porquería today. Nobody wants them. They're dead. Dead in water. They're dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. Dead. You do whatever you want with your money. I'm telling you what it is. I've been telling everybody, frosted is dead. Here it goes. But watch this one, Christopher. Let's see how good you are with this one now. Let's see how good all of you are. This is the AP Royal Oak Black Ceramic. AP. Keep them. You're right. You're right, Christopher. You're right. This is the black ceramic, 41 millimeter. Listen to the word. Perpetual calendar. Perpetual calendar, ladies and gentlemen. This watch has a retail price of $111,900. $112,000 is the retail price. There you go. See, you know your stuff. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to tell you, this watch at one moment was over $300,000. Bobby, somebody got to tell you the truth. I'm not going to let these people continue fooling you. Those people over there, you know, from the My Pillow warehouse. No. They're not going to fool you no more from the My Pillow warehouse. They have them there. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know what to do no more. There you go. Was almost half a melon. I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to scare you. But I have a subscriber here that he knows. That watch at one moment was over $500,000. 500 melons. 500 melons. Half a melon. That watch. And ladies and gentlemen, I told you the retail, $112,000. Black ceramic, perpetual calendar, un reloj brutal. And I'm going to tell all of you, because I'm stupid like that, you do whatever you want. No se asusten. Don't pay for that watch more. Papi, this watch was not too long ago at $250. At $250. And I'm going to tell you today, don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. But don't pay for that watch. Here it goes. I don't care what you look at. This is the only watch market update with the real numbers. Don't pay for that watch more than $189,000 and tapping. Tapping. Yo, Christopher le dio la cabeza. Boom. There it is. You do whatever you want with your money. You do whatever you want with your money. They see me, you know, Damon, he put a name on me. He said when they hear my name, they shake in their boots. Unbelievable, that David. Unbelievable. I'm telling you what it is. You need to know the truth. You need to know the truth. You need to know the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, our next AP Royal Oak is yellow gold. Listen to this one, Bobby. This is an AP yellow gold. Chrono. Frosted. You know? Frosted yellow gold. Reference number 26240BA with a smoke dial. You know, they call it James LeBron. You know, the James LeBron smoke dial. You know, the James LeBron, the basketball player. He's like 45 years old, 48, and he doesn't want to retire because they're coming to collect. And once he retires, they're going to collect on him. You don't know what I'm trying to say with that. But, you know, he doesn't want to retire because they're coming for him. The devil is coming to knock on the door for him. I know what I'm trying to tell you. You don't know. You don't know. Wow, Mr. Dona. Tú estás pasado, Mr. Dona. Ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want. But don't pay for that. Let me tell you, I got to give credit to that James LeBron dial. You know, the James LeBron dial. You got to give credit. You got to give credit to that. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to know the retail price of that watch, I'm going to give it to you. It's $93,400. $93,400. And I'm going to tell all of you, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch. Bobby, don't let them get you. These watches are dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. La situación está jodida, papi. There's no money out there. There's no money, papi. There's no money. There's no money out there. Papi, I'm telling you what it is. Don't pay for that watch more than $106,000 and dropping. When I do this dropping, it keeps on dropping, papi. I gave you the number 106. Dropping again. Just to let you know, be careful. Be careful with your children's tuition money. The watch market is dead. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this one, Papa. Watch this one. This is an AP Royal Oak White Gold Chrono. Frosted white gold. Reference number 26240BC, 41 millimeter with a retail price of $93,400. $93,400. You know? It is what it is. And you're gonna say, but why that number? It's what it is. It's how the market is. It's the dial, you know, it's the color of the metal, you know. But está bien, it's what it is. $93,400 is a 26240BC 41 millimeter chronograph. Wow, that's an unbelievable number, Siegel. If it can be to the number of $82,000. But I quite can't give you that number, because if I give you that number, I'm lying and I'm misguiding all of you. And I don't want to misguide none of you people. I want you guys to be where it's at. I don't want you, Christopher. I don't want you guys to get wrong. You know, you guys are one of mine, and I want to help you guys always. But I can't say that number, but I will tell you this number. Don't pay for that watch more than $116,000. 116. Okay? You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want with your money. Now watch this, ladies and gentlemen, so you understand where. Let's see where you guys are at now. Now I want all of you to put on your thinking hat. This is an AP Royal Oak White Gold Jumbo Extra Thin. Repeat, AP Royal Oak White Gold Jumbo Extra Thin. Reference number 16202BC, 39 millimeter. 39 millimeter. With a retail price. Are you ready for this? With a retail price of $96,400. What price is that watch? What am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? What's the price? Go ahead. Go ahead, Siegel. Go ahead, Christopher. Go ahead, Mr. Donut. Mr. Thurston. Go ahead, tell me. 115. 115. 100,000. Coño. One more. Okay, one more. Here it goes. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Here it goes. Somebody said these words, and they're right there. He's smart. He's defending himself. Watch Addict is defending himself. He's saying, with the stunning blue dial, 115 max. Right? Max. What did Christopher put? 98,000, I believe. $98,000. Well, I'm going to tell you with the white, with that beautiful blue dial. With the beautiful blue dial. For you, Mr. Watch Addict. I like you, Watch Addict. I do like you a lot. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that 16202 BC 39 millimeter. Retail price is $96,400. And you know, somebody put their 98. And here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch more than $98,000 and dumping. You do whatever you want. Dumping again. Thurston, dumping again for you, Thurston. Unbelievable sweetheart for Thurston right here. I'm telling you, you're on fire. I'm telling you, you're on fire. That's why I got to say you're on fire. That's it. I don't want to see Watch Addict spend $115,000. There's no way in the world. No way in the world. No way in the world, ladies and gentlemen. No way in the world. Fire, papi, fire. Esto es increíble, papá. Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to go out there and defend yourself. And whenever you have a problem, you go back to the clips and you cut it. Saludos, Mr. Blair. Mr. Ed Blair is here live with us. Mr. Blair is one of mine. Es increíble ese Mr. Blair. So increíble. You made it, Papa. You made it. So you got to be careful. You got to stop the nonsense of the blue dial. You got to stop the nonsense of the green dial. You know, you got to stop the nonsense, you know, of all these, you know, these colors, all these fruity colors. You need to stop that already, papi. That's over. No hay dinero, papi. No hay dinero. Esto está jodido. Esto está jodido. I know what I'm telling you because I'm stupid like that. I know what I'm telling you. You do whatever you want. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they say that this exactly, coño, gracias, Watch Addict, coño. You know, Watch Addict just finished saying the colors are like Skittles. Unbelievable, that guy. Unbelievable. I love you. I like that. I like that. I love all of you, man. I love all of you. I miss you too, Papi. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they say that this reference number from AP, I know, I feel it. I feel it, guys. I feel it. I love you too, my brother. I love you too. I love you. I love all of you, man. All of you. Each and one of you, I really, 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 dearly care for you guys. You know, whether you guys are millionaires, whether you guys are not millionaires, whether you guys just live a very normal life, I don't want to see you guys get burned. Not with me. I don't want to see you guys get burned. I don't want to see you guys get burned. Salute the owl, ladies and gentlemen. Show the owl. Show the owl. Show the owl, papi. Show the owl. They're bombarding me. They're bombarding me. They are bombarding me. Remember what I told all of you earlier when the show first started. You need to start looking where it says hype this video. Hype this video. The more you hype it, they can't do nothing about it. The video is being hyped up. The video is being hyped up. You need to hype up the video. Mr. Donut, Thurston Howard III, you know what I'm trying to say. Christopher, you know what I'm trying to say. Siegel, you know what I'm trying to say. You need to continue. Hype, baby. That's all. Like, what was the name, right? Ice, baby. You know, like that, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, they say that this watch model had one of the most beautiful blue dials back then. It's a collector's choice. It's a collector's grade. It's a collector's unit. It's a collector's dream. This is the AP Royal Oak Stainless Steel. That's right. That's right. Thank you too. Thank you, Thurston. Thank you so much. This is the AP Royal Oak Collector's Grade. Stainless steel chrono with a 41 millimeter, and it has a blue dial. And the reference number, just in case you want to look it up, is the 26320. 26320. 41 millimeter chronograph. It has a retail price of $26,800. So this is so you understand when a watch is being talked about being discontinued, finishing, over now. And they say, people that know, they say that watch reference number has the most beautiful blue dial on the chronograph stainless steel. From the 26331, 26240, whatever it is, they say this reference, 26320. The retail is $26,800. Does anybody know what you should pay for that watch? Anybody? Nobody knows. Gorgeous time machine. Gorgeous. Yeah, it is. They're trying to get me out. Christopher, you'll be surprised when you see the number. No more than 41. Wow. Mr. Watch Addict, you'll be surprised when you hear the number. But you guys are there. What did Christopher write? 47, 41, 43. One more. Put one number there. One more number. Exactly. IAC, direct energy machine. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch no more. And I mean this. Papi, there's no money out there, man. Hay dinero, brother. There's no money out there. Don't pay for that watch more than $39,000 and you want a full set. Don't pay more than that. Don't pay more than $39,000. All right, guys? Don't pay more than $39,000 and it is dropping. Just be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this and I'm going to say it again. If you guys went to the Miami Beach Antique Show, Bobby, this thing was loaded up with watches. And I'm talking about out of 100%, 75% were Rolex watches. Papi, eso es una cantidad brutal. That's a brutal amount of watches. It was 75% Rolex watches. If anybody is spooking on this channel, I'm happy you're here so you can hear this. It was 75% Rolex watches. And then the other 25 was between AP and Patek. And then the rest, whatever you want to call it. Vacheron, Ambriguet, Blancpain. You know what I'm trying to say, And I got to tell you, man, I saw those counters were just stacked up with watches, man. Papi, some of them had full plastic, full wrapping on them, white tags, green hanging, hologram tags. They were all there, brand new, Papi, just brand new like this, all over brand. And I'm like looking, ladies and gentlemen, because my mind is kind of, yo soy un tipo medio loco, soy un bohemio. You know what a bohemio is? I can be at times un bohemio. How do you say bohemio in Spanish? Bohemio. Help me out. Bohemio, I don't know. I'm like that. Un bohemio, And I'm there walking around and I'm looking around. I said, man, there is so many watches. There's no way in the world that there is risk for all those watches out there. And you might say, but there is. Obviously, it's the money those watches cost. It's the money. It's the money that those watches cost. Anybody can buy this watch, I don't know, $1,000 watch. But not anybody can buy a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 watch. That's it. Well said, Papi. Well said. Saludos, Doc Maker, Florida. There's not risk around the world. Papi, they must have been there. So many watches. And I'm there saying, no, it can't be, man. You're talking about how many watches? Tomorrow's beginning holy. Yeah, tomorrow's Palm Sunday. Anybody knows tomorrow's Palm Sunday? Bien dicho, Thurston, coño, eres uno de los míos. I just didn't. Yeah. Thank you for saying that, Thurston. I think that every casing there that have watches, man, an average, I would say, maybe I'm wrong, but I would say 200 watches. 200 watches. You know what 200 watches is? You're talking about a lot of melons, melons. What is this shit? There was a guy there that in the collection that he had, and you're probably gonna see it in social media, in the collection that he had on his counter, he had, ready for this? I'm telling you, listen to this, Doc. Out of the collection that he had, you ask yourself, how did this mother frogger get this? Because he got the white gold with the blue dial, with the blue sapphires, Daytona. He had the rainbow, every single rainbow you can imagine he had, right? He had the pink one. He had the red ruby date. He had every single off catalog Rolex you can think of. So I sat there and I looked and I said, no, I'm just admiring what you have. I'm just admiring what you have. You saw the guy? You saw the guy? And I'm there, and he says, and I said, I'm just admiring. Really, you are? Yeah. I'm just figuring out how much you have there. And you know what he told me? He says, no, I'll tell you. I have here between 3 million and 2.7, he told me. That guy. I'm like, there looking. Not one person, when I was there, bought one of those watches. When I was there today, bought one of those watches. You know what I'm trying to say. That guy, he had them all there. I was in shock. Every single off catalog watch, that guy had them all. And he had that, just on those watches, $3 million. $3 million. That's all I got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a watch here, which is the Patek Philippe Complications Perpetual Calendar Chrono Rose Gold. I repeat to you, Patek Philippe Grand Complications Perpetual Calendar Chrono Rose Gold. Full rose gold. To me, if you tell me which is the watch you want to wear, with a smiley t-shirt, flip-flops, and a broken jeans, I'm going to tell you this watch right here. This watch right here. This is an unbelievable watch to me. To me personally, esto es un relosazo. Un relosazo. The 5270. Full rose gold, bracelet, everything. This watch has a retail price of $262,900. Correct. This is, to me, wow, 75% of his inventory. Papi, what that guy had there on that booth, I told you that he had on those watches $3 million. One more time, $3 million. What he had in inventory, man, I'm scared to say what I believe, because you guys are going to tell me, man, this guy's pulling our hair. Man, he must have there, and I say, I'm only answering this because Christopher's, writing there that he said that he brought 75%. He must have had there a good $18 million in stock. Okay, going back to this watch, is to me, it's the watch that I will wear, walking around. The bracelet, rose gold bracelet, the casing, black dial, moon phase, this, that, everything, everything. Retail price of that watch, ladies and gentlemen, is $262,941. Papi, this watch, I've been, because you're going to say, but Juan, Papi, I was telling you last year for that watch, If anybody was here last year, I was telling you for that watch, don't pay for that watch more than $157,000. 157 for a year. You know what I'm going to try not to pay for it today? Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? Christopher said 149. He said 149. Thurston, eres un caballo. Thurston, eres un caballo. Mr. Premium, eres otro caballo. Son caballo. Usted es un caballo. Mr. Watch Addict, son unos caballos. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch more than $137,000. Stop! Stop me again. Stop me again. No te metas. And dropping, papi. This is probably one of the most, this is a 41 millimeter. Esto es un monstruo. Esto es un baja panty. You know, a girl passes by and you go like this, her panties drop to the floor. To the floor. I'm telling you, aquí no se quiere meter, Thurston. Le dije que no se puede meter. Just to let you know what's going on with these watches. Papi, you know that guy Stallone Sylvester? Papi, you know, he said, you know, that Patrick Philippe no more was a client because he sold the watch for $6 million, $8 million. You know, the chimney, you know? You understand me? You understand me? Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Wait till you hear about this one, Papi. I want you to know, when we were talking about the other day, what is considered a grand complications watch. And I'm going to show you what a grand complication, I'm going to talk to you what a grand complication watch is. This is a Patek Philippe Grand Complications. The one I told you is a Grand Complications, but this is, to me, like, este es el monstruo. Mr. Blair, coño. Wow, man, I achieved. I don't believe this. Guys, I achieved the 5, what I put down. I have fireworks that came out. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. It came out, you know. I achieved. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Mr. Blair, for that. You did it, Mr. Blair. Thank you, Mr. Blair. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you guys. Thank you to all of you from the bottom of my heart, coño, man. No te metas aquí, no. No te metas. No te metas que esto está, coño, no te metas aquí, no. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about grand complications, and listen to this watch. Patek Philippe Grand Complications Perpetual Calendar. Split seconds. Chrono. You know, this is, what a Saturday, right, Mr. Howell? What a Saturday. I'm getting choked up, man, you know? I'm getting choked up, to be honest, you know? That's what I got to say. Whether you guys believe me or not, I'm a very sincere man. You know? I'm a very sincere man. You'll be surprised. This is basically right now, when I talk this way, this is who I am for real. Sometimes what you see is a little, you know, it's a character I play, but right now what you're seeing is the real me. It's coming out. I can't fake that one. Thank you to all of you. But again, the Perpetual Calendar Split Seconds Chrono Rose Gold 40 millimeter. Papi, un aparato de reloj. Esto es a monster watch. Monster watch. Monster watch. The retail price. I love you right back, my brother. I love you right back. With all sincereness. Con toda sinceridad. Thank you, Mr. Blair. Thank you very much. Wow. TV Tower Lightning. Let me start quickly. Listen to the retail price of this watch. It's $300. Hold on, I can't see well. $325,270. Okay? The Perpetual Calendar. Es un reloj monstruoso. You know, guys, I gotta be honest. I forgot to put the reference number, but I will tell you what it is. I will. I promise you. I will tell you on this watch. I'll tell you the reference number and all that good stuff. But it's a monster watch. It's in the Grand Complications. It's just basically, you know, the casing, the 5204. Thank you, Papa. It is the 5204. It's what it is. The 5204. Thank you, coño, for waking me up, Mr. Donald. Thank you. Wow. Mr. Donald, eres grande. 5204. And ladies and gentlemen, This watch has a retail price of $325,270. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much for the help. And when I tell you the price of this watch, you know, como puede ser, this is a monster watch. This is for Joe Black's, you know, Joe Black, the movie. He had a father-in-law. They had a big company. Rose gold, papi. Rose gold. Rose gold, Christopher. Rose gold. Rose gold. Unbelievable watch. 40 millimeter, you know? Remember Joe Black? In the movie Joe Black, he had a father-in-law. He was like a ghost. And the guy was the owner of a big company. That's the kind of watch those people wear. That guy, he wears that watch, you know? The father-in-law of Joe Black, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, how can that watch, a monster watch, with those, you know, with those unbelievable movements, 190. I need two more numbers. I got 160. Coño. I got to stop there, guys. Thurston Howard just got it. Thurston Howard got it. Yeah, don't look for no more. I don't need no more. Don't pay for that watch more than $164,000. I'm not gonna give that watch a drop because that's a respectable watch, and you don't give a drop to that watch. You know, you leave it alone. If it keeps on dropping, it keeps on dropping. But Mr. Thurston Howard III said 160, and I'm telling you, don't pay more than 164. And you know what? I'm gonna honor the $160,000 of Thurston Howard III. That's what I got to say. I'm gonna honor it. Respect to you, brother. Oh man, look at that. 161,500. Very well, Mr. Blair. Very well. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a watch that you need to know about. Respect. Absolutely. That you need to know about because, you know, they were getting out of hand with this watch. This is the Patek Philippe Cubitus. Patek Philippe Cubitus. Two-tone. Rose gold with stainless steel with a blue dial. The 5821. You know, 1A. 1A, rose gold with stainless steel. The Cubitus, 45 millimeter. 45, ladies and gentlemen. The retail price of that watch is $68,643 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. And I'm going to tell all of you, you do whatever you want. Papi, this is why they don't even show these watches. Because they can't move them. They can't move them. Try to understand that. You know? They cannot move them, so they don't even... If you ask me, did you see that watch in the show? And I'm going to say, no. This is, you know, it's not... I'm not going to say that I hate it or that it's not nice, but it's, you know, it looks like, I don't know. Anyways, it looks like probably like Gerald Jet... 82,000. Okay, I like that. Mr. Donut. Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch more than $83,000 in dropping. All right? $83,000 in dropping. You do whatever you want. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you another Cubitus for the price of one. This is the Patek Philippe Cubitus, stainless steel with a green dial, 5821/1A/1A, 45 millimeter. The retail price of that watch is $45,512. When that watch first came out, that watch was $41,400. Today is already at $45,512. And I'm going to tell all of you, you do whatever you want. You do. Does anybody know what that green one costs? You can Google it. Go ahead, Google it. Maybe you'll find something there. I watch, oh, Christopher, watch addict, bro. You guys are on fire too. You guys are on fire. Don't pay for that watch. Whatever you do, don't pay for that watch. Here it goes. Don't pay for that watch more than $81,500. You do whatever you want. 81.5. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it away, papi. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering our two last watches, and we can all continue our beautiful Saturday afternoon. All right? Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to know this from the bottom of my heart. If you guys are still looking for the Rolex Yellow Gold Daytona John Mayer, You need to hear me out, Bobby. Buddy, bro. They don't know what to do. Once these two shows are over, the one that just finished on Tuesday in downtown, and this one that's just gonna finish on Monday, the antique show, Bobby, they're gonna have to go back to basics. They're gonna have to go. Has anybody bought one of those mystery boxes? From over there, from the guy with the guy, with the Joey Buttafuoco. Has anybody? Exactly, Mr. Donut. The John Mayer is dead. The John Mayer, mira, Papi was coming out on the 14th of April. Papi, he did. He did. I mean, so nobody's bought the mystery box, Papi, it's enough, Papi. I call them out, man. I call them out to help you people out. Hey, I'm telling you what it is. You guys gotta be smart. And I believe that all of you already that are in this show, you guys are smart already because you guys have proven to me with your numbers that you guys are throwing out that you know what's going on. You know what you gotta spend. You know how much you gotta squeeze them. You know how much you gotta squeeze them. This watch, the John Mayer Yellow Gold Green Dial Daytona, the original one, 40 millimeter, reference number 116508 with a retail price of $38,700. People out there asking $68,000, $67,000, $66,000, and I'll stop there. What numbers do you guys have? What numbers do you guys have? Doc Mick put 60, but what numbers you got? 60,000 as well. 60, go ahead, 60,000 as well. Well, let me tell you something. You need to break. You need to get that starting 6 number out of the way. You need to get the starting 6 number out of the way. You need to get used to that. You need to get the starting 6 number out of the way. Get it out of the way. You need to get the starting 6 number out of the way. Days are over. Those days are over. Those days are over. You got to start the number with a 5. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch. Oh my God, see, boy, too many drops, Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay more. Saludos, Brand. Welcome to the show, Papi. Welcome to the show. We've had an unbelievable show today. Thanks to all of you, even to the ones that made it the last minutes of the show. I'm so happy to see you guys here. And I also have 27 thumbs up. Unbelievable. I thought I was going to hit 30 today, I wasn't really pushing it, Maybe I'm going to push it. Let's go for 30. 30 thumbs up, Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that John Mayer. Don't pay for it more than, here it goes. Don't pay for it more than $59,000. You do whatever you want. It's your money, Papi. Don't let them fool you. You can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool other people all the time. So stand up. Stand up for your rights. All right? You know what I'm trying. Best fan base, Papi. And organic. I can promise you, Papi, that all my subscribers who they don't even get the little bell. They don't even get the message that I'm here. Mines are all real, man. I can promise you from the bottom of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my last watch of the afternoon. Again, it's been great being with you guys. It's been great. It is the Rolex Yellow Gold. Rolex Yellow Gold Oyster Flex Daytona. Paul Newman. Black dial, gold gauges. Wow, 31. That was quick. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, for the support. Thank you very, very much for all the support. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to tell my wife about all this is happening. It's unbelievable, This is a beautiful Rolex Yellow Gold Oyster Flex Daytona Paul Newman. 40 millimeter. Black dial, gold gauges. Exactly. That's what it is. The 116518. Since you said that watch, Attic, what number am I going to train up to pay for that watch? What price? What price? Anybody, shoot it out there. And let me tell you, this is a special, special dial. You know, a dial like this, like a 6265, you know, one of those. That's it. That's it. He already said it. Brand said it. You see that? Brand said it. Brand said it. Look what he put down. Brand said it. Brand put there $38,000. And Mr. Dona put 37.5, right? I'm gonna do something because I need to do this. I'm even gonna break my paper to show you this. Daytona, Oyster Flex. You see the ponium in here. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay more than $38,500. Can you believe what I just put down? What I'm showing you? It gives me goosebumps. I put $38,500. Daytona, Paul Newman. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I'm very, very thrilled that I've done this matinee watch market update, and you guys have responded with a lot of love. A lot of love. From the bottom of my heart, on behalf of me and Sweet Kid Kino, we want to tell you thank you very much for supporting the channel and for being here. And ladies and gentlemen, the doors are going, you know, they're getting wider and wider open for us, all right? All right? And don't forget to hype it up, you know, like Mr. Donald said, hype it up, baby, hype it, baby. I will. Guys, enjoy your Saturday afternoon. Be safe, all of you. And again, thank you very much for all your support. And I really mean it. I really, really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful afternoon. Stay right always. Stay cool, guys. Lo quiero mucho. Bendiciones a todos. I forgot to say something. Take care and brush your hair. Bye-bye.